Hello, scientists. This is the final screencast, and we're going to take a look at how to write your conclusion. So again, we'll go back to the lab guide, and we're going to look at the conclusion. And here's where you're going to describe in words what you've already processed mathematically in your data processing section. So you're going to describe the trend or pattern or relationship in the processed data. So that might be describing the line, the shape of the line, using your slope as evidence to support your conclusion. You're also going to compare your findings with your hypothesis, and you'll state whether your hypothesis was supported by the results or whether it was not supported by the results. And you're going to back up that statement by including specific data, whether that's qualitative or quantitative or both. So if your hypothesis was supported, you're going to explain using scientific evidence and specific reference to your data. If not, you're going to go through and say, was there some way to have done this experiment differently, or to note why your hypothesis was incorrect. Go back and say, was there some flaw in your logic? Or in terms of how you thought the hypothesis would work. It's also a good idea in your conclusion to reference some literature. Again, this is a place where you can just use your textbook and back up your claims by looking at this relationship in terms of research that you can conduct. Remembering that when we cite our research in APA, we're using in-text citations, so not footnotes or endnotes. And we are keeping track of all of that data so that we have a references page or a references little section at the very end of our report. We don't need to look at evaluation. We're not going to include it in this report because we were working with a simulation. You really cannot comment on precision of the measurements, consistency between trials, and potential sources of experimental error. So we're going to skip that part. Remembering to include references, and then here's some general formatting and organization tips all the way through, and a bit of an idea about how long a full lab report might be. There's one little hint I'd like you to do as you're thinking about your conclusion, and that is compare your slope, your value for slope, with the resistance of your light bulb. And let's just see what we can figure out if we do that little puzzle. Good luck.